Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter from unit number 8 and that is chapter number 9, Strategies for Enhancement in a Food Production, in which we will discuss today a topic number 9.1.1 and that is Animal Husbandry. Before we start the chapter, let me go through one analysis which is from 2009 to 2090, a 10-year analysis which is asked in the NEET examination. So in this chapter we will learn 4 topics: animal husbandry, plant breeding, single cell protein, that is also called SCP, tissue culture. So if you go through this analysis, you can see from animal husbandry, total 47 questions were asked in NEET examination. Okay, and from plant breeding, total 29 questions were asked from this chapter, and single cell protein, from the single cell protein, total 3 questions were asked, and from tissue culture, 33 questions were asked in previous years. Okay, so by using this analysis, you can get the idea which topic is most important. First of all, let me define animal husbandry. So, animal husbandry is the agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. Okay, and this is the definition of animal husbandry. As such, it is a vital skill for the farmers. Okay, so these signs means this is the skill in which not only the arts is included but also science is also incorporated. Okay, so along with the science and arts together, we can do very good work in animal husbandry. Animal husbandry deals with the care and breeding of livestock like buffaloes, cows, pigs, horses, cattle, sheep, camel and goats. These all animals are included in animal husbandry that are useful to humans, means anyhow, means directly or indirectly we are depend on such an animal, and such animals are used in the animal husbandry. Extended, it is also including poultry, means birds, some birds which are giving eggs also included in this group, and fisheries or fish related products. Now let me understand what is a fishery. Fisheries include rearing, catching and selling of fishes. Along with fishes, it is also include mollusks, that are including shellfish, and crustacean, that is including prawns and crabs. Okay, so these all related livestock is considered as a fisheries industry. Since time immemorial, animals like bees, silkworm, from the past, we are depend on these animals. Anyhow, means directly or indirectly, we are depend on the animals or their products like bees, silkworm, prawns, crabs, fisheries, birds, pigs, cattle, sheep, camel have been used by the human for the product. Okay, and this product may include milk, eggs, meat, wool, silk, honey. These products we are using in our daily life, and these all products we get from such a animal. All of you may know, in contrast or in respect to population in all over the globe, China stand a first place and India is a second. Okay, so let me understand. It is estimated that more than 70% of the world livestock, that is animal related livestock population, is in India and in China. Okay, this is the largest portion of the world. However, it is surprising to note that the contribution to the world farm produce, okay, means the production is only 25%. Though it is a 70% live population, it is production is only 25%. It means the productivity per unit is very low. Okay, though they have a livestock population is very high position, but the production level is only 25%, and that's why we can say productivity per unit is very low. Hence, in addition to conventional practices of animal breeding and care, newer technologies, means advanced technologies, also have to be applied to achieve improvement in quality and productivity. So now let me understand more in detail. So first of all, we will start a topic that is management of farms and farm animal. Okay, what is the management of farms and farm animal? It is a professional approach to what have been traditional practices. of farm management give the much needed boost to our food production. That means we are using nowadays a scientific approaches in this type of fields, and so we can grow more and more and we can boost the food production. Okay, so this is very important, management of farms and farm animals. So in which first management or firstly we will discuss about dairy farm management, what dairy farms are doing to manage the all related approaches. Now dairying is the management of animal. So what is a dairying? Dairying is the management of animal for milk. Okay, why? What is the main approach of the dairy industry? Dairy industry is based on the management of animals for the milk, not only milk but also its products for the human consumption. Let me repeat: dairying is the management of animals for a milk, not only milk but also its a product for human consumption. Okay, in dairy farm management, we deal with the processes and system that increase yield and improve quality of milk. This is the very normal cycle in which field dairy industry is working. So first of all, you can see dry period of animal will be the cattle is there, then calving, then early lactation period, then mid lactation period, then late lactation period. Okay, this is the cycle. This is the just a general and summary manner. We will learn in detail. Milk yield is a primarily depend on the quality of a breed. This is very important point. Okay, milk quality is totally depend on the quality of a breed or animal in the farm. So it is very important to keep high quality breeds in the first industry. Person in India who bring this idea related to dairy management was a Varghese Kurian, a Dr. Varghese Kurian, and that's why he was considered as the father of a white revolution, because milk is white and the dairy related revolution what is occur in our India is considered as a white revolution. Okay, and on the date this 26th November it is considered as a National Milk Day, and afterward the whole scenario regarding milk industry is totally changed due to this person, and he was a Dr. Varghese Kurian. Now let me discuss about common workflow in the dairy industry. What is workflow of a dairy industry? First of all, a dairy industry will receive some milk from the farmers. Okay, and then this dairy will be test all raw milk. Okay, then they will standardize for milk fat and SNF. As you know, all of you aware about this bag. Okay, and maybe you have observed also on that it is written fat percentage and SNF percentage, that is a solid not fat percentage. These all will be analyzed. Okay, and then a weight of all ingredients will be done with the separately, then transfer the standardized milk into the vat and the heat it to up to the specific temperature to kill out all the microorganism present in the milk, maybe harmful microorganism. They will add some sugar with constant agitation. Okay, homogenize, then pasteurize. Pasteurization is the process of heating the milk. Okay, by this way all harmful microorganism will be killed out. Okay, so pasteurized milk is very important as compared to raw milk, and it is healthy to consume pasteurized milk than the raw milk. Cool it for the 5 degrees Celsius. It will be cooled out. After pasteurization, it will be cooled out. Then add flavor and color if they want to modify the milk flavor. Then fill the product into clean and sterile bottles or Tetra packs. Okay, then they will store it into the cold storage and clean all equipment for the further use. So this is the common workflow in any dairy industry. Now let me try to understand what is the basics behind the dairy science. So it is very important in the dairy industry to select good breeds. Okay, because milk quality is totally depend on the breeds or hybrids which are giving the milk. So selection of good breed is very important step, having a high yielding potential under the climatic condition of that particular area. Okay, combined with resistance to disease, means this all livestock must be resistance to disease. That is very important. Otherwise what happen if any of these livestock is having a disease, then they will spread along another livestock also, and the milk or related products may get infected, and if such a milk or any product is infected and it is consumed by the people, then that particular disease may spread in that persons also. So this is channelized, and that's why this is very important. So two things are very important, that a high yielding potential or a selection of good breed is very important thing, in which you have to select the breeds in based of high yielding potential, then combined with the resistance to disease. So resistance of disease is very important factor. Okay, for the yield potential to be realized, the cattle have to be well looked after. Okay, well maintained. They have to be house well. Okay, should have adequate water. You can understand water is a life. Okay, so it is very important step. Adequate water should be provided and be maintained disease free. Okay, this step is very important. The feeding of cattle should be carried out in a scientific manner, with a special emphasis on the quality and quantity of food or a fodder. Okay, you can understand whatever the livestock will be consumed or a food. Okay, so that food quality also maintain the milk quality or a product quality. That's why that is also important to maintain quality and the quantity of a fodder, because indirectly it will affect the milk quality. Beside this, a stringent cleanliness and hygiene is also very important for the both cattle and the handlers, and it is a paramount importance while milking, storage and transport of milk and milk related products. Nowadays, of course, much of these processes have become mechanized. That means the computerized system, that is automated system, is applied in this field. Okay, for the milking also there are so many instruments. There is automatic processes, automated machines, then storage and all transport and all this are automated process, and which reduce the chance, means automated machinery will reduce the chance of a direct contact of the produce with the handler, and that's why we can keep that hygienic. Then ensuring these stringent measures would of course require regular inspection. So without regular inspection we cannot get the idea whether they are working well or not. Okay, and that's why we have to regularly inspect it, and with proper record keeping, and along with that during inspection we should keep records. Okay, it would also help to identify and rectify the problems as early as possible. If you have to keep some records, then it is very easy to identify the problem, and you can accordingly we can rectify the problems as early as possible. Regular visits by veterinary doctors, you can understand this all livestock may get disease. Okay, so disease related problems and their healthiness, that all must be checked by veterinary doctor frequently, would be mandatory, and it is mandatory because it is their product will be directly or indirectly may be consumed by the people, and that's why there is a risk of people health also, and that's why this is very important to keep a watch, means health rated watch on this livestock, and that's a veterinary doctor here play very important role. You would probably find it interesting. Okay, so this is one type of activity here. You will be means find it probably very interesting if you were to prepare a questionnaire. You just prepare a questionnaire, very small questionnaire, and on diverse aspect of a dairy keeping, and then follow it up with the visit of a nearby dairy farming. So you can visit the dairy farm near to you and in your locality and seek answer to the questions. Okay, this is one type of activity in textbook it is given. So if you are interested and if you want to learn something extra, then you can do this. Second part of animal husbandry include poultry farm management. Okay, we have already discussed about dairy farm management. Now let me try to understand what is the poultry farm management. So first of all, let me define what is a poultry. Okay, so poultry is the class of domesticated fowls, that means birds used for food or for their eggs. Means the birds itself will use for the food, or used as a food, or maybe their eggs may be used as a food. So they typically include chickens, ducks, and sometimes turkey and the geese also they are including. Okay, so while poultry is often used to refer to the meat of only these birds. Okay, but it is more general in sense it may refer to meat of other birds too. Okay, means generally these birds are included, but so many other birds are also there in poultry farms. As in dairy farming, selection of disease free means all the parameters which have taken in the dairy farm industry should be taken over here also. So same will be repeated, means in the dairy farming you have selected a disease free and suitable breed. Here also you have to select the disease free and suitable breeds, because quality of eggs and meat is depend on the disease free and suitable breeds. Okay, so this step is also important, is means you have learned already in dairy farm management that selection of disease free and suitable breed is important. So here in poultry farm also it is very important step to select of a disease free and suitable breeds. A proper and safe farm condition, okay, cleanliness, this is very important, hygienic condition is very important over here also, and proper feed and water, same as the dairy science, and hygiene and health of an important component of a poultry farm management. These all are very important parameters to bring very clearly. In this slide we will discuss about poultry birds which are useful in a poultry farming. So poultry birds exclusively grown for a meat, means specifically when birds are grown for the meat, such a birds or a poultry birds are called broilers. Okay, one such example is plymouth rock. Okay, and second is the when birds are grown for their egg production, specifically for egg production. So such a birds are called layers. Okay, and male fowls which are young is called as a cockerels, and the male fowls which are considered as a mature male fowls is called roosters. Okay, and breeds of fowls which are very importantly used and highly demanding breeds are listed over here, in which indigenous breeds are there, American breeds are there, and Asiatic breeds are there. These all breeds are very important, highly demanding in poultry industry. So let me see. Indigenous breeds include Chittagong, Asil, Bursa, Danki, Talicherry, and Karaknath. Okay, these all are the breeds which are highly demanding breeds and that are indigenous breeds, in which Asil is one of the best stable bird, but it cannot be raised or commercially purpose because it's a poor growth and low fertility. That's why it is not used much. Okay, but it is highly demanding and best stable bird. American breed include Polymouth Rock, which is most popular breed in the USA, then Rhode Island Red, okay, then New Hampshire. These all are the American breeds, which is very demanding breeds. Then Asiatic breeds include Brahma, Langshan, okay, and then Cochin. These three breeds are very important. So this is the list of a breed which are highly demanding and highly used in the poultry farming. So in this slide you can see variety of fowls and birds, poultry birds, okay, which are using in the poultry farming. So there are a huge list of birds or breeds which are used in. It is important to note here, in previous year one pandemic was spread all over the world, and that is blood flu pandemic, and that is due to poultry farming. So you may have read some TV news or read newspaper, okay, that the bird flu virus related pandemic, and it is scary, it is very created a scare in the country and drastically affected eggs and chicken consumption. So people are very scary to consume such products at that time. Before we finish this lecture, let me summarize the topic by using this animation video. So look at this video.
Human beings have always been dependent on animals such as cattle, birds, pigs, sheep, and bees for products like milk, eggs, wool, meat, and honey. With an increase in population worldwide, an increase in food production is also required. This can be achieved through animal husbandry and plant breeding. Animal husbandry refers to the practice of breeding and rearing livestock that are useful to human beings, and includes cattle or dairy farming, poultry farming, beekeeping, and fisheries. Plant breeding refers to the manipulation of plant species to create desired plant types that are better suited to cultivation, giving better yields, and that are disease resistant. Did you know that India and China together contribute more than 70% to the livestock population in the world? However, as the productivity is very low, their contribution to the world farm produce is a mere 25%. To increase the overall quality and productivity of animal produce, strategies and techniques to enhance food production need to be initiated, along with proper management of farms and farm animals. Let us look at the management practices followed in dairy and poultry farms, where traditional methods have been combined with innovative technologies to boost food production. Dairy farms rear animals for milk and milk products. The management methods used to increase production without compromising on the quality of milk is called dairy farm management. One of the key factors for increased milk production is breed selection. Good breeds have high yielding potential and high resistance to disease. Apart from the breed, proper sheltering, feeding, and cleaning of cattle are essential to obtain high yields of milk. Sheltering involves providing a clean and disease-free environment with sufficient ventilation and water for the animals. It is also very important to keep a check on the health of the cattle through regular visits of a veterinary doctor. Their feeding is carried out in a scientific way, involving the supply of fodder that is checked for specific quantity and quality. Cleaning the cattle and their shelters is also important to avoid any risk of germs and diseases. Apart from cleanliness, hygienic measures should be followed to keep the cattle and the handler clean. To avoid any contamination during milking, storing, and transporting milk from the farm. Nowadays, with new technologies such as milking machines that are used to harvest milk, most of these processes are mechanized, and the possibility of contamination is greatly reduced compared to the old method of milking by hand. In addition, the proper functioning of a dairy farm can be monitored by periodical inspection and record keeping. Just as dairy farms are used to rear milk-yielding animals, poultry farms are managed to raise domestic fowls or birds, such as chicken, duck, turkey, and geese. These birds are reared for their meat and eggs. In fact, poultry refers to the meat of these birds and is sometimes used to denote the meat of all kinds of birds. Poultry farms also employ the management practices of dairy farming, such as proper breed selection, shelter, feed, and healthcare. Like milk, chicken and eggs are also consumed by human beings, which is how bird diseases spread to human beings as well. Bird flu or avian flu is a very common disease. If the chickens get infected by such diseases, they need to be properly culled and disposed of. However, ensuring proper hygienic shelter for the birds, nutritious feed, and regular health care, along with good quality breed selection, will result in an increase in chicken and egg production. In this manner, proper poultry farm and dairy farm management, along with strategies and techniques to ensure good yield and quality, will help increase the overall quality and productivity of animal produce.
In next lecture, we will discuss about second topic, and that is animal breeding. So till that, goodbye.